Hey everybody, I know it's been a few years, but I am back with reviewing stuff again. And today I'm reviewing the Joker Toy Biz tribute figure from DC Multiverse. This is a line I never really thought I would be reviewing something from, but I don't know, here I am. After McFarlane took over and started making 7-inch stuff, I started going back and thinking, maybe there's some stuff that Mattel did that I didn't appreciate or miss. So I found out about this figure maybe last year. I've had my eye on it for a while, but I finally got around to buying it. So let's take a look at the box here. I think it's a really nice looking box, actually. I prefer it to the Legends, at least in terms of the way it looks. Getting it open's kind of a bitch, though, not gonna lie. Up here, actually, it's kind of hard to see. It says Batman 80 years. But yeah, I actually popped this thing open to have a look at it, and getting it back in was really hard. What does it say here, though? The Clown Prince of Crime wants to get the last laugh in his never-ending battle with Batman. And then there are other figures in the wave. I have zero interest in that Batman figure. Would have been cool if they actually made like a Keaton figure. I'm kind of thinking about the Poison Ivy one. I like the vines and stuff and the articulation, but she has a really terrible head sculpt and her body's pretty basic. But yeah, so let's get this out of the box. Alright, so here he is out of the package. I'm really excited to have this figure. Like I said, I've had my eyes on him for a while. And actually the reason for it more than anything is that I think he just has like the perfect Joker body. At least one that's available. I know McFarlane has done some really good ones, but I'm just really not into that scale. So I wanted one in the 6-inch scale, and this guy is it. I love the coloring on him with the orange for the shirt. Would have been kind of nice if they just didn't have a vest, kind of like the animated series, and just had the orange shirt and the Texas tie, or whatever the hell that thing's called, clown tie. But if they did have a vest, I wish it was green. But like I said, I think it's still just overall the best. It's got the flower and everything, the tails, those clowny shoes down there. I don't know. The head sculpt, I'm going to level with you. It's awful. This is supposed to be a tribute to the Batman 89 Toy Biz figure, which I'll put a picture right there. And I guess I can see what they were going for with that, but it's a very niche like thing. Like I feel like there's a small amount of people who would be like, "Oh, that's so cool." So I don't know. I feel like if they insisted on doing this kind of thing, I wish they would have re-released the body with like a more normal looking head. As for me, I'm actually going to be using the McFarlane Mortal Kombat Joker head to put on it, and I'll probably make a video to see how that goes, show how that goes, but I'll put a picture here of what that looks like. But yeah, let's get into it. This guy is really cool, honestly, because he actually has pinless joints, which is really awesome. That's something Marvel Legends is only like just now starting to do the last couple years, and I can't remember when McFarlane took over, but pretty sure these guys beat him to the punch. Mattel gets a lot of flack for not having good articulation, but they really stepped it up in the last couple of years, which makes me all the more sad that they lost the license, because I feel like they were really truly starting to do some good work before they lost the license. But let's go over the articulation. So, starting with the head, he can go up and down really far, which is just fantastic. There's no real like angular movement, but he can turn it. Really kind of difficult though. But I'm glad to have that joint. Much better than Movie Masters. His arms can go out pretty far. Now, one thing that's an issue on my figure is there's this little lip thing here, and it's totally normal on this side, but in the box I could see it like sticking out like that, and I keep trying to like get it to go in and it won't. I have to kind of like do that to get it to go down, but I might end up just kind of like cutting it off because it's just not cooperating. But yeah, he's got bicep rotation, double jointed elbows, baby. Hell yes. And they're pinless, like I said. He can rotate at the wrist and hinge, which is amazing. He's got an ab crunch. Doesn't do a whole lot, but it's there. He can turn right there. Ooh, that goes out far. Let's see. Goes about that far. Doesn't really go back. That's just kind of how things go. He can rotate. And he's got the double jointed knees. They look really good too. And what's really impressive here is, he can do the standard rocking. Not that much, but he's got ankle pivot. So like I said, they were really stepping it up in these last years. And it's just so sad that they just didn't get to continue making figures. And sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm kind of trying to reach around this camera tripod. Really need to get a desk one soon. But anyways, I'm going to do a cut here and then we'll do the accessories. Alright, so for accessories, this guy doesn't come with a ton, but what he does come with is pretty cool. So for starters, he comes with this cane. And it's alright. I think the head is way too big. He cannot, realistically hold this with these hands. And he doesn't come with alternate hands. So I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm fortunate though in that I have this cane, which I got from a DC Universe Classics Joker figure that I had a long time ago. I have since sold that figure, but I was smart enough to keep this cane, and thank God, because it is so much better. So much cooler. I mean, look at that. And I think he probably could somehow hold it. I don't know. Or, I don't know, you could just stick it in his hand. I guess this is what you do with the other one too, but whatever. And then, actually, technically, this is an accessory, this flower. There's a hole there, and he comes with a standard flower, which I'm very grateful for. And then he also comes with an alternate flower that has a hole in it. And the reason for that is he comes with this too, and you can do an acid throwing flower, which is pretty freaking awesome. Now it is hollow on the bottom, which is kind of lame, but I think they did that just to make it lighter so it wouldn't tip over. But I've tried to have it posed that way. It doesn't really look great. I think it realistically looks the best that way. You just, obviously can't have it that way. Going to the side, it honestly looks the best. Like, if I'd put his hand like that, looks really good. But yeah, those are his accessories. I think they're cool. The DC Universe Classics Joker, I think, aside from the acid, had better accessories, but, these aren't bad by today's standards. And this is definitely not going to be under 10 minutes, this review. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I don't know how some people do. But anyways, let's do some size comparisons. Alright, so first up I'm going to do some Marvel Legends. So here we have the Marvel Legends Iron Man Mark 7 and Peter Parker from Spider-Man Homecoming. Alright, and here he is next to some Movie Masters figures. We have the Jailhouse Joker and Harvey Dent. Movie Masters were the predecessor to DC Multiverse in a lot of ways, so I felt it was important. And most importantly, I felt to show a size comparison to was the only other DC Multiverse figure I have, which is, at least by Mattel, and that is the Signature Collection Val Kilmer Batman from Batman Forever. I really like that figure. And it's not really showing up that well on camera, but the Joker is, maybe it's because his head is down. Yeah, that's it. The Joker's taller, and I don't like that. I think the Batman is supposed to be taller. I know the Joker's a tall, lanky guy, but it still bothers me, and it could just be because he has that ridiculously big, cartoonish head, which also I noticed the Batman has in the wave, so I'm hoping that's it. And I'm hoping that when I replace the head with the Mortal Kombat one, that it'll even out more. So overall, I think this is a good figure. It's not great. It's held back by that horrific head sculpt. Like I said, I see what they were trying to do, but I think they should have just given it a more normal head sculpt. Actually, giving it like a Jack Nicholson, like true to likeness head sculpt would have been a lot cooler. But like I said, that body is really awesome, and for that, and the articulation and stuff, and the neat accessories, I have to give it a good score. It's a good figure. And it'll be made even better by customization, like I've already done here with the cane. And when I get that head sculpt, it'll be really great, and I will for sure post a video about it. But yeah, that's it for this review, and thanks for watching, everyone. Grateful to those of you who have remained subscribed to me even in my absence, and more content's coming your way.